Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Fresh Boy Love, and I'm back with another reaction video tonight. Last video, we did a reaction on top 21 worst video games of each year from 2000 to 2020. This video, we're going to be reacting to the best video games of each year from 2000 to 2020. So this one should be a better one. We should be able to see all the great video games that did come out from each year from 2000 to 2020. If you guys missed my last video, please go check that out. Leave a like and a comment, and if you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys do keep on enjoying these reaction videos, make sure you sub to the channel to see more reaction videos like these. I hope you guys enjoy this one, and without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's not waste no time. Let's see some great video games that came out each year. Hope you guys are having an awesome night so far.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 21 best video games of each year.
Holy crap. I must start.
Watch the side! You missed! It'll map their tunnel so that we can hit those sons of bitches where they live!
Legend of Zelda.
For this list, we're looking at the most outstanding title to release every year from 2000 to 2020. Let us know in the comments what your favorite game of the 21st century is. 2000, Diablo 2.
I heard that was a pretty good game. Is either that game or Darksiders. I can't remember.
The action RPG that defined the genre, Diablo 2 is one of many exceptional offerings from Blizzard over the years. The story is outstanding and the visuals more than hold up today, but the best part of the game is by far the gameplay. You'll quickly get addicted to the randomly generated loot system, desperately searching for superior gear to progress through the story. Online, there's even more fun to be had if you team up with friends and build a specific party. And decades later, there's still a healthy community leveling up characters and playing together. Few, if any, RPGs that came after Diablo 2 have been able to match it. 2001, Halo Combat Evolved.
I was never a big fan of Halo because I never had Xbox, so. But I know Halo's one of the games that made Xbox what it is today, though. One of the best games on Xbox.
Like Doom and Wolfenstein. But in 2001, Bungie made a name for themselves by launching one of the most iconic shooters of all time. Halo was a launch title for the brand new Xbox after Microsoft bought the studio, and it was certainly a system seller.
Certainly was. You don't ever get to play it.
The game pioneered what competitive shooters should be in the 21st century, and years later, many AAA titles are still living in Halo's shadow, aiming for its lofty heights. It remains one of the best launch titles for any new console, and subsequent releases are still major fixtures in the esports scene. 2002, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
I played that one.
Whatever. Well, I got the chalkboard you asked for.
I played a lot of the old Grand Theft Autos
That's
back
the
in the
benefit of a
day.
law school education, the ability to follow instructions.
That one's
After the
pretty
roaring
good too.
success of GTA
But my
3,
favorite one
people
is
already had
San
high
Andreas. That'll
expectations
always be
for the
my
second
favorite
3D
one
Grand Theft Auto,
for
and
the old
Rockstar
ones.
didn't disappoint. In 2002, we traveled to Vice City in the 1980s, a fictionalized version of Miami for a Scarface-inspired story about narcotics and the mafia. Vice City set the standard for sprawling open worlds, beautiful graphics, and biting satire as we follow the life and times of Tommy Vercetti.
Whoa, watch where you're waving that thing.
No more pigeon shit on Micah, eh, Tommy?
Guess not.
It's never
Yes,
shooting
damn
birds
right.
with a shotgun.
Ever
I'm
since,
weak.
people have been baying for Rockstar to return to Vice City as a setting, just like we've had grand returns for Liberty City and San Andreas, thanks to how beloved this defining game is. While we did get Vice City stories, it's about time the setting got the HD treatment.
Vice City is mine now, not his.
Talk about technology enslaving us. You know that play in the future there will be robots?
2003, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. The year was 2003. The prequel trilogy was still unfolding, LucasArts was still making video games, and BioWare was looking for a new IP. The result was Knights of the Old Republic, a Star Wars RPG that let players decide whether they wanted to pledge themselves to the light or succumb to the dark.
As you wish, Master. It will not be the first time I have been punished by Davik.
Though it has stiff competition, plenty of people consider KOTOR the greatest Star Wars game of all time. This is because it understands the source material and has a lot of respect for it, while blending in the tried and true RPG mechanics BioWare is known for.
I played one
There's
Star Wars
no
game,
limit
and
to
that
how
was
many times you can
Revenge of
defeat
the
Darth
Sith
Malak
on
and still enjoy
PS2.
yourself.
And then I played Battlefront 1 and 2 on PS2 too. Those were my favorite Star Wars games, I have to say.
2004, World of Warcraft.
Oh, I know, that's a very popular game still to this day. I never played it though, but I don't think it's my type of game.
Few games have had a cultural impact felt as far and wide as the one World of Warcraft created upon release. The MMO all other MMOs strive to be, WoW is going strong to this day, with Blizzard still releasing updates and enormous expansion packs to keep the story going. It permeated pop culture at the time of its release, with WoW addiction even getting lampooned by South Park in one of the show's best episodes. And if you want to know exactly how it felt to boot up the game for the first time in 2004, Blizzard released World of Warcraft Classic in 2019. (2005) Resident Evil 4. By 2005, the Resident Evil series was already beginning to stagnate thanks to a huge number of releases over the previous 9 years.
I never played any of the Resident
To
Evil
keep it
games,
fresh, Capcom
but
needed to do
I always
something
wanted
bold,
to, though.
and that thing was
look pretty
transforming
scary
the
and
tank
pretty good.
controls and fixed camera angles into an over-the-shoulder shooter. It turned out to be the best decision they ever made, and Resident Evil 4 was born. Following Leon Kennedy as he fights against a zombie outbreak in rural Spain, it may be more action-packed than its predecessors, but it kept the
Dang.
scares coming. It's since been ported to a dozen platforms, and rumor has it a big-budget remake is in the works.
Ooh.
2006, Gears of War.
Baby!
Halo may have defined the first-person shooter on Xbox, but Gears of War defined third-person action games. One of the best games to come to the 360, the first Gears
I played that
title
once with my
introduced us to
friend.
the conflict between the humans and the locusts,
I don't know what
as
I
well
was
as that
doing.
famous
It's so
gameplay
complicated
that has
to me.
given the series its impressive longevity. With the best graphics of the day, it's said that the reason the 360 got a boost in RAM was to push Gears of War to its full potential. A gamble that certainly paid off. To this day, it's one of the most played games on Xbox Live, and Gears continues to be a flagship franchise for Microsoft. 2007, BioShock.
It doesn't just heal damaged cells, it resurrects them. I can bend the double helix.
It's impossible to understate the impact of BioShock. Nobody knew what they were in for when they first descended to the underwater city of Rapture, which was as nightmarish as it was beautiful. Players explored not only Rapture's submerged streets, but also the corrupt ideologies of its leaders, from the deranged surgeon Steinman to the city's megalomaniac founder, Andrew Ryan.
Where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, Rapture can become your city as well.
Was that
To
Bioshock?
survive, you needed to
I
upgrade
played
your
that for a
weapons
little
and
bit.
your
It's
own
actually
body,
pretty
injecting yourself with
fun.
plasmids to get an
I
edge
still don't know
over
what the
marauding
storyline is
splicers.
though.
And
I
if all
couldn't
that
figure
wasn't
that out.
enough,
I was so
BioShock
confused.
executed one of the most famous plot twists in gaming, and has since become a prime example of why video games are art.
So dark. If only your friend could look up and see. Maybe.
2008.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto 4. I love that one. That one was a very good Grand Theft Auto. Nico Bellic.
Then walk all the way down, and we're right there on the left on the corner of Cisco Street. It's really flash. We got lots of TDs and some incredible molders. Nico, give me a hug. Good to have you here, cousin.
The fourth numbered GTA has a slightly darker tone to its wackier siblings, as we returned to Liberty City, this time in the shoes of Nico Bellic, an immigrant on his way to the US to start a new life and get revenge on some faces from his past. The satire GTA is known for was even less forgiving, and for once in the series, crime doesn't pay.
First I hear you running with the wrong kind. Then I hear you join the merchant navy. Now you're here. You never tell me anything.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, I never tell you anything.
Though it proved a little divisive among Rockstar fans for its difference in tone, the game is definitely stronger for tackling the myth of the American dream so seriously. And of course, Liberty City is as fun as it is grimy.
I didn't know that Mr. Bogren was here in Liberty City. If I could have killed them all then and there...
Just chill, Nico, man. One at a time.
2009, Minecraft.
Excuse me.
Since its initial release,
That's still a popular
Minecraft
game
has
till like
taken
this
over the
day.
world, a fixture
I want to
in the
learn how to
lineups
play
of
it though.
gaming
I'm not
streamers
gonna
and
lie.
YouTubers alike. Minecraft is a game that anybody can play and fall in love with, from kids
I need to
just
learn how
getting
to
into
play
video
it.
games to the most hardcore players who want something with endless potential and deep gameplay systems. It is primarily about freedom, and it gives players far more agency than plenty of other titles. Whether you're playing alone or with friends, with a specific goal in mind or just to kill some time, it's impossible to go wrong jumping into Minecraft whenever you get the urge. 2010, Mass Effect 2.
Quarians can choose where they go on pilgrimage. Vitor liked the idea of helping a small settlement. He was always nervous in crowds.
She means that he was unstable.
The Mass Effect trilogy is widely considered to be one of the best stories in gaming, provided you ignore that ending. And the creme de la creme of BioWare's sci-fi RPGs is Mass Effect 2. Recently resurrected by the Elusive Man and his sinister
That looks
company,
cool.
Cerberus,
That's a cool graphic.
Shepard is tasked with taking down Harbinger, a particularly nasty Reaper. With faster, tighter combat and opportunities for split-second narrative choices, Mass Effect 2 took everything the first game did well and rolled with it. Now, BioWare knew what they wanted Mass Effect to be, and they delivered an outstanding game.
This is what you face.
2011, The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim.
Skyrim was a very popular one too. Till like this day too. I know a lot of people that still play it.
If you haven't yet played Skyrim, it's presumably because you haven't owned a game console for over a decade and you don't have a computer, because it's available on pretty much everything. Full of long, arcing quest lines, a wide variety of factions to ally with or vilify, and plenty of different play styles to try, it's easy to see why Skyrim has been a must-play from its release through to the present.
Ooh.
And if you're tired of the base game after all this time, it's got one of the largest modding communities out there, so go wild.
With the threat gone, Pelagius is under the delusion that he's safe, which means you've helped him out. Sort of. And we're that much closer to home.
2012, Borderlands 2.
I heard Borderlands is a good game too. I just never played it. Never had the chance to play it yet.
Where off-the-wall, chaotic looter shooters are concerned,
There's like a variety of
Borderlands
weapons you
2
can
wrote the
use
book
and a
remains
lot of different
cornerstone
stuff.
of the genre. Upon release, it took everything the first game did and made it 10 times better, with superior
I like the
gameplay,
wingman
a
from
deeper
Apex.
class system, a better story, and more of those iconic cel-shaded graphics.
Oh, and if you find any porno mags, I'm just saying if you come across them in a natural accents, just snag those for me too, okay?
The game's got so much variety, you could play it 10 times through and never feel bored, which plenty of people surely have since 2012. But just as memorable as the gunplay is the humor. Borderlands 2 has pop culture references in droves, and you can't help but feel satisfied every time you get one.
Perfect double rainbow all the way.
2013, The Last
One of my
of Us.
favorite games. I love that game. I thought the first one was better than the second one, but that's just my opinion.
All right. Yeah, they got a few good hits in, but look, I managed.
You mean that?
Naughty Dog has always been on the cutting edge, and that was never truer than when they released The Last of Us, back at the close of the PS3 era. Pushing the console's capabilities to a breaking point, it was easily the most beautiful game in that generation, and it had a story to match.
Attention. Citizens are required to carry a certified at all times. Compliance with all city personnel is mandatory.
Look at that. Ration line hasn't opened yet.
Players controlled Joel, a survivor hardened by 20 years in a zombie apocalypse, as he needs to escort teenager Ellie across the U.S. Players bond with Ellie in real time, just like Joel, and by the game's incredible finale, you'll be left wondering who the true villain is, after you wipe the tears from your eyes.
Please, please, please don't. Please.
2014, Dragon Age Inquisition.
What the hell is that?
We must strip its defenses, wear it down.
BioWare struck gold once again when Inquisition released, the sequel to Dragon Age Origins we deserved. Inquisition stuck close to the plot and themes of the previous two games, miraculously remaining welcoming to players who were new to the series this time around, while not disrespecting the most hardcore fans. With a large map spanning both Ferelden and Orlais, there were gorgeous biomes wherever you looked, from the unforgiving western approach to the green and lush emerald graves. Its rich world was unmatched, and all your actions felt like they were important in determining Theda's fate and saving the world.
It is not unlike the second dispersal of the reclaimed Dales. Nothing? Divinity puts you above such things, I suppose.
2015, Bloodborne.
Ooh.
It was time for From Software to do something different, so in 2015, they forwent another high fantasy release and went for a totally different aesthetic, Victorian Gothic, with a twist halfway through that revealed the true inspiration as H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh my god, this man's ruthless.
But where Bloodborne succeeded most was in its bold choice to remove a key element from every FromSoft game up until then, the shield. Now you had to get up close and personal with your enemies or meet your end. You've got to strike fast, dodge, parry, and keep going even when you get hurt to rally lost health. But what's waiting behind mastering those mechanics is one of the best video games ever made. 2016, Overwatch.
Overwatch. I never played that one.
Blizzard once again showed why they're one of the best developers in the industry when they released the widely popular hero shooter Overwatch in 2016. Since its launch, Overwatch has grown to have an enormous roster of colorful and diverse characters, all with unique playstyles and gimmicks, assuring
It's
us
another
that there
popular
really
game
is
that a lot of
something
people
for
still play
everyone.
till like today.
It exploded onto the esports scene immediately, and thanks to Blizzard's focus on eliminating toxicity, it's definitely one of the more welcoming competitive shooters you can jump into. Overwatch 2 may be on the horizon, but the original is surely going to be around for a long time regardless. 2017, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. At launch, it wasn't clear what type of console the Nintendo Switch would be. Would it be a return to form or another misstep? One of the first games released proved that the Switch was here to stay. In the few short years since it came out, Breath of the Wild has changed the way people play and make games. With stunning visuals and a minimalist story, Breath of the Wild provides players with ultimate freedom of when to do something and how to do something. And if you so desire, you can even go fight the final boss right away. It was this razor-sharp focus on exploration that gave Breath of the Wild its edge, setting a new industry standard. 2018, God of War.
God of War. I still need to play that one. I played all the other ones except for that one. I heard that one was a good one too.
There were a lot of heavy hitters in 2018, but God of War was an incredible and refreshing reboot of a franchise that seemed to have disappeared. Kratos returned with a vengeance, now transplanted from ancient Greece to Midgard, fighting gods and monsters from the lesser represented Norse pantheon.
When Odin sent me here, I just needed answers, but you had to act all proud.
Though you'll certainly never forget the moment you come face to face with Jormungandr the World Serpent, where God of War really excels is the growing father-son relationship between Kratos and Atreus, who learn to trust each other and work together throughout the story. And it's got arguably the best graphics seen on the PlayStation 4.
No. Why would you? Do not know my ways.
Kratos is legendary.
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. From Software's most recent offering yet again switched up the game, just as soon as you thought you had them pinned down. Sekiro had a slightly more prominent story than other Souls titles, but even more challenging gameplay. You now had to constantly attack to weaken your enemy's posture, and only then could you start to damage them. Set deep in the heart of feudal Japan,
That's a big-ass snake.
Sekiro has the best graphics of a FromSoft game to date, and a more varied array of bosses than even Dark Souls. In Sekiro, it's just you, your sword, and your prosthetic arm, and mastering them to beat the game is a thrill like no other.
Ooh, got him.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
2020, Cyberpunk 2077.
You've never backed down from anything in your life, even when you maybe should have.
It's taken over 8 years and a numerous amount of delays, but 2020 was finally the year we got our hands on CD Projekt Red's most hotly anticipated game. Despite a good number of glitches contained in the launch version, Cyberpunk 2077 has no doubt wowed us with its excellent gameplay and story, all of which take place in the incredibly immersive Night City.
I heard Cyberpunk was a disappointment. I didn't hear too much about it when it came out. Like,
Seriously,
it was all
the
hype,
amount of detail that has
but
gone
like,
into this
I
game
don't,
is absolutely
because I'm
staggering,
kind of
and the
glad I
huge
didn't
variety
purchase
of
it.
things to do means you won't be putting this game down for a long time.
But I haven't played it yet, so I
Keanu
can't judge it too
Reeves,
much.
Starring as Johnny Silverhand is that nice little cherry on top that we didn't even know we needed.
Maybe we'll fit together after all.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Alright y'all, that's going to do it for that video. If you guys enjoyed that one, make sure you leave it a big thumbs up and sub to the channel if you guys want to see some more reaction videos just like this one. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys missed my last reaction video reacting to top 21 worst video games of each year from 2000 to 2020, make sure you guys go check that that one out. Sorry. And thank you guys for tuning in, and hope you guys have a great day and a great rest of the week, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next video. Peace.